Imagine visiting the world's most famous museum surrounded by the Mona Lisa and ancient artifacts when suddenly news spreads that thieves just escaped with over $100 million worth of crown jewels. That's exactly what happened in Paris just a few weeks ago, right in the heart of the Louvre Museum. The October 2025 Louvre heist revealed shocking weaknesses in museum security and reminded the world how fragile our cultural heritage really is. Even if we don't visit museums often, these artifacts represent human history, creativity, and things that connect every generation, including ours. The loss of something so irreplaceable affects everyone who values art, culture, and the stories that define our past. According to Reuters, The Guardian, Time Magazine, and Interpol, all reporting in late October 2025, the Louvre heist took less than 5 minutes and remains one of the most daring and mysterious art crimes in modern history. First, I'll explain what happened during the Louvre heist, then I'll describe how the thieves pulled it off, and finally, why it even matters to all of us. Let's start with what happened that morning in Paris. On October 19th, 2025, thieves stole 8 pieces of French crown jewels worth nearly 88 million euros, or around 102 million US dollars, from the Louvre's Galerie d'Apollon, one of the museum's most visited rooms. According to Reuters, this theft took place in broad daylight during open hours while visitors were in other parts of the museum. The jewels included royal crowns, diamond necklaces, and emerald-encrusted ornaments that once belonged to French emperors and queens. Pieces described as priceless by museum officials in The Guardian's October 2025 coverage. When the theft was discovered, the Louvre immediately shut down for the rest of the day. French police, museum officials, and government ministers rushed to the scene. The incident quickly became international news. Now that we know what was stolen, let's look at how the thieves actually pulled off this heist. According to Time Magazine, the thieves were disguised as construction workers, taking advantage of the ongoing renovations in the museum's upper floors. They used a mechanical lift to reach a side balcony window that wasn't properly secured. On the inside, they smashed through display cases using objects like circular saws and crowbars, grabbed the jewels, and escaped using 2 motorbikes that were waiting outside the museum. A few days later, Interpol News reported that several suspects were arrested across France and Belgium, and the stolen pieces were officially added to the organization's Stolen Works of Art database. So far, only fragments of 1 crown has been recovered, as it was found outside of the museum, meaning most of the jewels that were stolen are still missing. The museum faced a lot of criticism for having outdated and old security systems and limited guards in the exhibit at that time. This is very surprising for one of the world's most visited landmarks. So what makes this more than just a crazy headline or movie plot like Ocean's 11? Why does this actually matter? And that is because these jewels represent centuries of French culture. According to Le Monde, their loss impacted historians, tourists, and the public's connection to the past. They aren't just fancy diamonds and objects, they're pieces of identity connecting modern France to royal heritage. Second, the heist exposed major security flaws in major cultural institutions worldwide. As PBS NewsHour explained, museums everywhere are now reevaluating how they protect their valuable collections. Many are investing in AI-powered security systems that run 24 hours. But beyond security, there's a deeper lesson that lies here about how much we value art, history, and culture in our modern world. We often take these things for granted until a moment like this reminds us how quickly they can disappear. Finally, let's take a moment to review what this event teaches us. We looked at what happened in the Louvre heist and how the thieves pulled it off and why it matters to us and to society. In just a few minutes, criminals reminded us that even the most famous and secure places are vulnerable, and that protecting art is really about protecting history itself. Next time if you see a painting or a sculpture or even a small piece of artifact at a museum, remember it's not just an object, it's a piece of history, it's a story, it's a piece of humanity's past, and it deserves to be guarded carefully as the treasures that once glittered inside the Louvre. Thank you.